I'm smiling slow. Pour that brew, let the blessings flow. Steam rising, faith on 10. Here we go again. Take a sip, take a breath. Ain't no rush, no stress. Got the good book by my side, and that peace I can't hide. Give me Jesus and my coffee. That's all I need to start my day. No matter what's out there waiting, my worries fade away. He fills my cup, he warms my soul, and every sip makes me whole. Give me Jesus and my coffee. Everything's gonna be okay.
Love that song. Give me Jesus and my coffee. Everything's gonna be okay. Except we still got probably 2 weeks of the no caffeine. So just Jesus. Jesus and agua. So no coffee today. Just Jesus. And because we are just Jesus and no coffee and I'm wearing my fancy glasses because my eyes are bothering me. We're going to go ahead and get into this, and I won't keep you excessively long. But just like David did when he encouraged himself the start of the week, when he started his week with a Monday morning psalm, the great psalmist, we're going to be a little bit like David. We're gonna get into this word and start our week with a psalm, and Psalm 46. And because obviously in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was made flesh. And so Jesus in Java means that we need to have the Word. Okay. So we're going to do a little reading of the Bible, and then we're going to get into this. Psalms 46, 1 through 11. God is our refuge and strength and ever present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done. The desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. What a beautiful text. What a great text this morning. What a great Monday morning psalm. Now, listen, from the entirety of that text, there is one verse as a pastor that I truly love, and that's Psalms 46 and 10. Be still and know that I am God. And trust me, I'm not the only one who loves that scripture. You find it on signage, artwork, t-shirts, clothing. You find it everywhere. Be still and know that I am God. And this is what I want to talk about. And I also want to point out the verse that I love. The verse that is one that is used to speak peace into hearts and minds is a verse that is surrounded in the Psalms by a lot of chaos and destruction. Uh, verse 2 and 3, they they don't paint a beautiful picture. It paints a picture of a world in crisis. Mountains are falling down and oceans are roaring and foaming, and then in verse 6 it talks about nations are in an uproar and kingdoms are falling, and that's there's nothing good about any of that. We got mountains falling down, oceans roaring and foaming, and nations are in an uproar and kingdoms are falling. And now, what gets me in all of this is the fact that, truthfully, these verses are no different than the world we live in today. Um, you know, one week we've got the United States and Iran, agreeing on peaceful terms, and then 2 days later, we're sending more troops into the Middle East. We're still at war, and there's wars, and there's destruction, and there's kingdoms in an uproar, and this person's mad at this person hates this person. And so those texts, verse 2, verse 3, verse 6, that speaks volumes about the world that we live in. But all of this chaos described in Psalms 46 is also contrasted with the true character of God. Verse 1, God is described as an ever present help in trouble. He's our refuge, He's our safe place. In verse 7, we're reminded that God is with us. And in verse 8 and 9, we see that God will bring about an end to fighting and strife, and He'll make wars cease. And here's what you need to hear this morning. Okay. The truth is, God is far bigger and more powerful than any worst case scenario we can imagine. And guess what? I can imagine a lot. Okay. Even when the world seems out of control, God is always in control. So there's no reason to be afraid. And in the verse that I love, verse 10, God is giving a gentle but powerful command to us to be still and know that He is God. Now, here's what I really want to point out this morning is that the original Hebrew word in that text, the original Hebrew word for still is rapha, which means to cease striving, relax, or let go. Modern vernacular would be chill out. All right. Cease striving, relax, or let go. So in verse 10, when the psalmist pens under the unction of the Lord, be still and know that I am God, it is an invitation to stop trying to control life's chaotic circumstances and to completely surrender to God's sovereign power. So be still is an instruction, a command, but an invitation to cease striving, to relax, to let go, um, to stop trying to be in control, to stop trying to dictate the outcome. Through the word, the Lord is telling us, He's telling our worried, anxious, fearful hearts to cease striving with the same loving authority that He commands the winds and the waves to be still. Basically, stop all of the emotion, the chaos, the destruction. Just stop. Be still. He's calling us to surrender, to cease striving, and rest assured with absolute certainty that He is God. What that means is that He's telling you, as turmoil and chaos seem to swirl around you, run to God, our refuge and strength. So, hear me this morning, all right? He is mighty and immovable, and with Him, we are safe and secure. He is in control. We don't have to fear. In Him, we are more immovable than the mountains themselves. And so, I told you I wasn't going to keep you really long this morning. Try to do it less than 12 minutes, but today, this start of the week, if your world on any level, if your world feels a little chaotic, a little overwhelming, if your hearts are weary and you need to find refuge and rest, then let me share this one more time with you this simple reminder, Psalms 46 and 10, be still and know that he is God. Be still and know that he is God. Stop trying to control the outcome. Cease striving. Relax. Let go. Chill out a little bit. Okay. You don't got to be in control. God's got this. He's taking care of it. He's in control. Be still and know that I am God. What a beautiful, beautiful psalm. And so I need a shirt. That's what I need. I need a shirt that says Psalms 46 and 10. Chill out and let me be God. That, that's the layman's version of Psalms 46 and 10. Chill out and just let me be God. Be still and know that I am God. Um, so if you're starting your week off and you carried over some baggage from last week, you carried over some baggage from an unresolved situation, uh, cease your striving. Take your hands off. Let go. Be still and know He's God. He's got this. Um, there's some of you that, and this is me moving outside of my uh, teaching part, but there's some of you that are carrying some weights and some burdens and some struggles um, because of health concerns and things that are going on. Look, I need to just remind you, cease your striving. Take your hands off of it. God's got it. All right. Be still. And the minute you cease your striving, you will know that He is God, meaning you'll stop being in His way and He will step in and show you who He really is. Be still and know that He is God. So throughout this week, remind yourself of that. Speak that psalm over your life. Speak that psalm every single day. Be still and know that He is God, and He'll show up this week. So I hope you guys have a blessed Monday, blessed start to your week. I hope things are good. Pray for me. Uh, we're still doing we're still in the bottled water. We're still doing water in general. We're trying to clean this temple up, trying to get all of the things of the world out of this temple. And so uh, it's my version of being still. I'm gonna cease striving with all of those chemically induced and laden things, and I'm gonna just let God be God. Uh, anyways, have a blessed week, blessed day, and I will.